Solar energy will become the top source of electricity in the future, according to Elon Musk, and he's backing this up with one really interesting and one really controversial fact. So here is the first one of them. Recently, Elon Musk's attention was caught by the Twitter account that goes by the name World of Engineering that made a shocking discovery on the platform with a post that read, "Surface area in the Sahara Desert required to power the world with solar energy, concentrated solar power plant with 2,500 kilowatt-hours per square meter a year." The post also had a photo of a map showing the analysis. It indicated the parts of the continent where solar energy may be used to power the entire world. Is this even possible? The post immediately went viral, and Elon Musk, who's always been a firm believer in solar energy, made sure to give his insight and prediction on the issue. He replied, "Civilization will be mostly solar-powered in the future." Elon Musk couldn't find a better time to say that because the average US gas price has risen 39 cents or 8% in the 2 weeks since Memorial Day weekend kicked off the regular summer driving season. The most current AAA data shows that the average price of a gallon of regular petrol in the United States is now $4.99. That's quite an increase. It says that $5 gasoline is now a reality, and we see this happening soon. And the likes of Elon Musk and the world of engineering should be taken seriously, right? It was the 14th consecutive day that gas set a record in America and the 31st time in the previous 32. There are currently approximately 20 states with averages of $5 or above, including Washington, D.C. At this moment, approximately 31% of the nation's 130,000 gas stations were already charging more than $5 a gallon. California is the most expensive, with a state average of $6.42 a gallon. So far, the number of gallons pumped at stations in the final week of the month was approximately 5% lower than the same week a year earlier. Even though gas prices jumped more than 50% over the same year-over-year, for drivers of gasoline cars, the worst is yet to come. The number of car journeys in the United States has rapidly dropped by approximately 5% since early spring. However, it is still up by 5% since the beginning of the year. The studies conducted and frankly some common sense have shown that the gasoline demand will likely spike soon, as it's usually higher during the summer season. Gasoline price has been dramatically affected by the disruption of the Russian oil supply due to the Ukraine conflict. It is constantly driving up oil prices on the worldwide markets. Although it's known that the United States has never purchased significant quantities of the Russian oil, the commodity is sold worldwide, and Europe was heavily reliant on the Russian shipments. The EU's recent move to prohibit oil tanker imports from Russia has caused oil prices to skyrocket worldwide. From the updates, the price of a barrel of Brent crude oil, the worldwide market benchmark, has risen to more than $124 a barrel, up from less than $100 a month ago. Price rose further in early trade on Friday. Goldman Sachs forecast that the average price of a barrel of Brent crude, the European benchmark for oil, would be $140 per barrel between July and September, up from the previous forecast of $125 a barrel. There are gas stations and states where gas is less expensive. Approximately 15% of stations nationwide continue to offer gas for less than $4.50 per gallon. However, even in many places where fuel is cheaper, such as Mississippi, drivers may have to work longer hours to fill their tanks than in certain high gas price regions, such as California. Now, how much are the drivers ready to spend before reducing their driving? The risk is that people may cut down on other expenditures to continue driving the miles they want or need to travel, perhaps pushing an economy already exhibiting symptoms of weakening into recession. So is this the best time to go completely solar? Musk has always made a valid point that when it comes to energy sources, we can rely on solar. People speak about fusion and all that, but the sun is a gigantic fusion reactor in the sky. It is really dependable. It comes up daily. If it doesn't, we'll have worse issues. He believes that solar is the best approach to reaching 100% renewable energy generation. Currently, renewable energy sources power approximately 10% of the United States, but according to Elon Musk, it will eventually be the other way around. To begin, he proposed integrating rooftop and utility-scale solar facilities. People really don't want transmission lines coming through their neighborhood, and I agree, Musk remarked. Rooftop solar, utility solar, that's actually going to be a physics answer. I can definitely see another way to accomplish it. The former would be installed on the roofs of suburban homes, while the latter might power other places. This goal is well within reach, as shown by Tesla's new rooftop solar unit and attempts made by other nations such as Australia to develop large-scale solar facilities. Next, extra renewables would be required when transitioning from fossil fuel to solar. In order to transition to a sustainable condition, will need to be a mix of utility-scale solar and residential solar, along with wind, geothermal, hydro, and possibly some nuclear for a time. In an attempt to convince the world further on this issue, Musk once told an audience of 30 United States governors at the National Governors Association summer meeting in Rhode Island on Saturday that solar energy can power the country. It would take a pretty tiny area of Nevada, Texas, or Utah to power the whole United States with solar panels. You'll only need approximately 100 miles by 100 miles of solar panels to power the entire United States, Musk stated. The batteries required to store the energy and provide continuous power are 1 mile by 1 mile, a square mile, that's all. He still holds onto his points to date. Many of Musk's long-term ambitions included solar energy. As the cost of solar technology lowers, the SpaceX and Tesla's CEO will likely spend even more, sending a strong message to other global corporate and community leaders. He highlighted on Twitter, "Gas station lighting is brutal. However, gasoline fights are so fun." Whatever he meant by that does highlight some fascinating facts concerning solar energy and nuclear fusion research. Musk's tweets are technically correct. The sun is a naturally occurring fusion reactor, producing incredible energy. The only inner planet with enough solar protection is Earth, which is covered by a thick yet habitable atmosphere provided by our own internal energy source, the spinning dynamo of our molten iron core. Presently, SpaceX has a solar farm in its Boca Chica, Texas starbase with a solar power capacity of 1 megawatt and an energy storage capacity of 3.87 megawatt hours. Musk intends to increase the capacity. According to the records, the ongoing expansion would add 750 kilowatts of electricity for a total of 1.6 megawatts of energy, as well as an extra battery system capable of up to 8 megawatt hours of storage. The increased energy storage capacity will be made up of Tesla Power Pack. It is the latest in a long line of cooperation between Musk's two most important enterprises, Tesla and SpaceX. The former must declare transactions between the firms, since the former is a public company and Musk is active in both. Tesla kicked off with the supplies of power packs to SpaceX at its Texas operations in 2018. In 2021, SpaceX paid Tesla $2.8 million for components. In 2021, SpaceX paid $0.04 million for solar panels acquired from Tesla. The pricing was negotiated honestly. The same year, SpaceX paid Tesla $0.1 million for a built power supply and associated services. The pricing was negotiated honestly. Tesla also licenses software to SpaceX, and the manufacturer has offered technical assistance to the launch provider. Tesla will provide up to 8 megawatt hours of power packs to SpaceX to develop its solar farm at Starbase Boca Chica. From 2021 into the first quarter of 2022, SpaceX has acquired and may buy car components from Tesla in the future, perhaps with modifications for non-vehicle purposes. Pricing for such features and related labor and support negotiated in good faith and commensurate with prices given to other third parties to whom such components were supplied totaled $2.8 million in 2021 and $0.2 million in 2022 through March. Finally, the United States must develop more localized power sources, such as rooftop solar installations. When this happens, the United States will reduce about 1,821 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions created by the country's present electric power sector, accounting for 35% of total CO2 energy-related emissions in the United States. What do you think we'll be using more in the near future? Is Elon Musk right about solar? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.